So our next match will be our last one.
Alright. Who's this? Someone in a very
MTC.
hard to read purple name.
MTC and Tea Hungry Choir, who I think is Kippos.
Hey, I love it. Alright, I bet she's Zerg then. With a name like that.
Yeah. It'll be a Zerg versus Terran. I think we've gotten every single matchup, except for the mirrors. Which I'm very happy with.
Oh, Zerg versus Protoss.
Zerg versus Protoss? No. Oh, right. Protoss. I thought MTC was Terran.
Wait. It's random, so... Okay.
MTC is a random player. Okay.
I love it. Love to see it.
No. Terran. Okay, I was right.
Wait, what? The replay said Protoss.
This is so weird. Anyway. So on the bottom left, the teal Terran. MTC.
And StarCraft has bugs.
And on the top right, playing a game by a small indie company that can't fix all its bugs. Kippos is the Zerg. Overlord sent across the map to spy.
Ah, the early hatch. I love to see it. That's my favorite Zerg opener.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Straight
a 14 hatch. That is a very early hatch.
I love to see it because in these leagues, early aggression is just so rare. You're rarely punished.
And MTC.
I'm very interested to see how MTC plays.
Seems standard
last
so far.
I played with them was in the co-op. Well, just like more like overall skill, because MTC last I played was with the co-op league set up, and they were basically new to StarCraft at that point, like telling them what a hotkey was, and so very interested to see that they've been placed into the Misting League. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were very fortunate this tournament where a lot of players had basically just been introduced to the game. And so Fairings is entirely players who were just introduced to the game. And Mistings also has players who are very new.
Yes.
MTC and Othership did great. So
going for the high ground command center, very safe.
Very safe. Not my favorite, but considering what we've seen Zergs get up to, still pretty good.
Have we seen much early Zerg
what Protoss got up to. Sorry, what Protoss got up to with disrupting the Terran buildings.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Overlord Scout is there.
Flying past the... Oh, that's a spicy path for against Terran. Although MTC was maybe random. I'm not sure if I trust the loading screen because it doesn't agree with the other things. But
yep.
Oh, it's just gonna pass straight into those Marines.
Yep, and those Marines shoot it. Will they scare it off or kill it?
It should be a kill on this current path. I don't know why she's pathed it in that direction. But,
yeah. That's a kill.
If MTC wanted, he could have run it down no matter where she brought it.
That's a painful loss early on. Kippos building an early spine crawler, which is playing it very safe. But
so question, do you, if you build your command center on the high ground, go for an orbital, or first move it and land it and then go orbital?
If I built it on the high ground, I'd go orbital, but I don't go high ground unless I don't see anything resembling an expo from my Zerg enemy.
Fair.
And even then, I just wait on it until I have a tank out.
Yeah. Makes sense.
MTC has the wall up.
Ooh, going for the early lair.
Early lair. Okay. Early lair. Roach Warren. Ranged.
A bunker.
Ranged Zerg attack. It looks like Kippos is also going to go for
Is a bunker important once you have your wall up?
Not as important, no. Kippos going for roaches.
I don't like these scans.
MTC using scans when really that should
Not a
be going
fan.
on mules. One scan was
Yeah.
okay, not great, but okay. The second scan was unnecessary. It's
Like,
better
be
to
clear,
send
MTC,
them.
you just spent 500 minerals on scans. You just
Yeah.
lost 10 marines, basically.
It's better to sacrifice a marine if you're nervous.
Exactly. Just throw out a SUV or a marine. Marine, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. I'd also love to see more units coming out of the barracks or the factory. Just, you know.
Namord, are you talking about Terran doing vibe build, I assume?
Oh, Namord is saying that
no.
the Zerg looks like Vibe's build, which is what I was saying, or trying to say anyway.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay.
Which is, yeah. Roaches with speed and +1 attack. The thing with Vibe's build is that it's a timing.
Oh, it is an early Roach all-in then?
No, it's not an early Roach all-in, but it is a Roach timing where you have where you attack with 14 Roaches at like 6 or 7 minutes. And then either they win.
I feel like tanks would murder at that timing.
Yeah, tanks would murder that timing. It's not a difficult timing to beat, but it is it's a skill check, basically. If your opponent survives it, then you need to max out as fast as possible and get that out of the way. If your opponent doesn't survive it, then
if I'm a Terran and my opponent attack moves 14 roaches into my tank wall, I'm pushing out on you now.
Yeah. But the idea is that you forget about those roaches. You assume they're dead.
Sure, but if you're spending that much resources on just getting annihilated, like exactly like this is, oh gosh.
You just build your next wave immediately and pray. Yeah, and as you said,
yes.
2 high ground tanks and a barracks mean that the only loss is a marine, and I was going to say a supply depot, but MTC repaired that. Cost some mining time, so especially from a mule. So what you want to do is get them back early.
That's a lot of time ticking up right there. This attack was actually valuable because that's every second passing is like 10 minerals lost.
Yeah.
Or 7, something like that.
Namord is saying that the early Roach timing is from Vibe's earlier build, which he removed, which he stopped doing. And honestly, with his new build, I still prefer his older build to his new build, just because that extra bit of harass on lower league players will really make people paranoid.
Yeah, exactly. This is just paranoia on MTC's part with laying down a dozen missile turrets.
MTC's got...
I hate static defense, with the exception of anti-air in your mineral line.
Yeah.
Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so missile turrets. That's 1,500, 1,000 minerals dumped that could be going into units. Get some Vikings instead. Then you can just automatically go wherever the attackers are. Because if they hit you with like 10 mutas, they can take down a turret.
Yeah.
And then they've broken through your lines and they can go harass your workers with impunity.
He's also He's also building Hellions out of a tech lab factory, where
rough.
At this point you kind of want to have an armory out so you can make Thors or anything. And Hellions are really bad against roaches. 2 command centers being built on the high ground, which...
ambitious, but I like it.
Yeah, this is a real Muta paranoia build right now. Except again, going Hellions.
And on the same lines, a Tech Labs starport building Medivacs.
Yeah.
And a Tech Lab barracks building Marines. Although, yeah, because we haven't even gotten Stim or anything yet.
Yeah. Again, this is something that is worth learning for any
Oh, here it
player,
comes.
for any newer player. Here comes another Roach Hydra timing.
Oh, and there's a Kippos down.
But
That tank's not sieged.
that is 2 siege tanks from the high ground dealing with it,
True.
pretty much.
Yep.
And Marines are drawing fire, but the tanks are doing most of the work. One has 10 kills. Sorry, one has 11 kills. The other has 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Tanks are so good. My favorite unit in the game.
MTC is building another supply depot wall. And these SCVs aren't mining. And Kippos is expanding.
Yep. Kippos is at double the supply and pumping hard.
Yeah. First store on the way out. Third is becoming a planetary fortress.
I mean, I could respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, Borange is pointing out Kippos' creep spread. Sorry, not Borange. Enamored. Yeah, that was very dumb of me, sorry. And Kippos has always had the best creep spread in the Doof League. And it's nice to see her continue
having literally 3 different names is hard to keep track of.
Yeah. And it's nice to see Kippos continuing. If there's one thing that she does really well, it's creep spread. And creep spread is so underrated when you don't understand the game fully, because it's vision, it's unit speed.
Vision.
It's preventing your opponent from taking more bases.
I hate creep so much.
Where was that scan? It is on
right here.
The 5th and the 4th. Yeah. I mean, I'd love to say that MTC should use more mules and mine better, but MTC just doesn't have enough production to match any of his mining.
Oh, I mean, he's got the mineral production, but he has 3,000 gas banked.
Yes, but look at MTC's mineral line. Most of the SCVs aren't mining.
Oh God.
And that is the problem.
How many idle workers do we have?
A lot of them aren't idle. They're following another SCV. And
25 workers on his main. I see.
And that is another near-maxed Roach Hydra army that's going to die to tanks. But Kippos can spend it.
There's still just 3 tanks, and the first one's just going to die.
But Kippos can spend it, so that's not terrible.
Yep. Oh, and she's not walking in the same place, so yeah, she's going to be fine. She's going to wreck this. You know, this base is gone, I think.
Yeah, this Thor is dead.
She needs to remember to attack with her army, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and she's laying down multiple macro hatcheries in her base. She's just on fire.
Yeah.
I think of all the players, she's the one that has taken Vibe's macro is king lesson to heart. She just does not give her army one whit of attention. Just attack moves it, and immediately goes back to the important stuff.
Yeah, I've probably put more thought into her army than she has. And you can see, they're just taking tank shots and not moving.
True, yep.
This tank is very happy. The tank driver is feeling very pleased.
Yes. Oh, one of them did die though. I guess there must have been an overlord or something that gave vision?
Maybe.
Oh, and here come the brood lords.
Yeah.
That is game.
Yeah, 5 brood lords and 2 corruptors to die ahead of them.
It's just
there's the
MTC
GG.
sees the brood lords, they're just got nothing. That's an appropriate GG.
So best corruptor factoid is that corruptors are basically flying tumors.
Yes. Love it.
So let's see next map. Oh, it's one of my favorite maps that's leaving the map pool.
Which one's this?
You will see.
You shouldn't be able to, Enamored. That's weird if so.
I'm gonna edit the thingy. Right, I forgot.
Like, when a unit is attacking you from high ground, it will render on your screen, but it will be with the fog of war over it, and it's not a valid target, usually. I haven't seen...
Let's sing over Kenneth together.
Oh, goodness. I love it.
Yeah, Aaron Kippos won with a huge macro lead. So this is Golden Wall, and on the right is MTC, the teal Protoss.
Honestly, MTC
on the
did
left
fine.
Is Kippos, the purple Zerg.
Yeah, MTC did fine based on my expectations from the co-op league. Like, he's gotten a lot better.
Yeah. So Golden Wall is defined by this wall that goes from the bottom left to the middle of the map and back down to the bottom right. And it's the ultimate mindfuck of a map because you can attack normally, you can play normally as normally as you want on the top half of the map, but the bottom wall can be mined through in several spots, and each spot can lead to your base.
Yeah, the ones next to your base have 20 minerals, so only 4 trips from a worker. The ones in the center have only 5, so a single trip, although it's too thick.
No, two.
Oh, the gold ones.
2 trips, and then there's the gold one where you can build a base. It's got geysers, but putting tanks on the bottom ground, putting swarm hosts.
Oh, that's dirty. I see.
Ferrying units over with an Overlord or Medivac or Warp Prism. You can do so much disgusting stuff with this.
This is a really
MTC
cool map.
building very early photon cannons. Not taking any chances.
Alright, I think MTC is actually random then. The loading screen didn't lie.
And Kippos' Overlord probably not going to survive the cannons.
Nope. Alright, well, yeah. If I was Kippos, I would just econ hard, because looks like you're walling off. Cool.
That's
Let
the
me
thing.
Go grab 5 bases.
This is a map where you can do a full wall off, and then just expand on the bottom.
Oh, that's interesting. This map is so cool.
Yeah. Kippos was supply blocked for a little.
I haven't gotten to play on it.
Well, one of the things that I like about the rules I've made for the tournament is that any map ever is in the map pool. So
that's
any
cool.
players can pick this map.
Oh, that's fascinating. So, which maps are you picking for your maps, for your games?
I new casted some of my games. I chose Abyssal Reef.
Right. I do remember that one. It was very pretty.
Yeah, that was definitely a map I chose because of aesthetics. Yeah.
And I'm going to be looking forward to your matchups now. Just for the map pools.
So MTC chrono boosted a Nexus, but doesn't have workers building on it immediately. Chrono boost on a Nexus can boost out 3 workers, so it's really bad to let a third of it pass. You're basically missing out on a third of its value, which... yeah. Kippos going the vibe build again.
Yeah, I expect that that's what she's going to do every game. She is the most fervent acolyte.
Well, I am going to upset her a lot right now, but Lurkers, Immortals, and Siege Tanks. You're all welcome.
Fair. Lurkers, Immortals, and Siege Tanks?
Yes, depending on which race you are.
Fair. Well, yes. Makes sense. God, I love Siege Tanks so much. I wonder if that's one of my ladder opponents. I just played a couple games yesterday. As I left, raged about tanks, and I wonder if they were just slavishly following the vibe build.
That the new vibe build actually isn't as countered by those because it's much more about Hydralisks than Roaches.
Yeah, it was mostly Hydras. It got annihilated.
Yeah.
It was Lings and Hydras, and I don't remember what else.
Yeah, Lings aren't part of the vibe build until Diamond, because...
Ah, okay, fair.
Okay, so that's a
I
Stargate.
guess I'm in Diamond.
That's a Stargate. Let's see what comes out of the Stargate, if anything. Fleet Beacon. Okay, is this going to be a 2-base carrier?
Spicy.
The wall's getting mined out.
How many Stargates can you support on 2 bases with carriers?
I think 1 or 2, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But this is going to be 3. But these aren't 2 fully mining bases.
We're going for mining down there. Oh, but so is Kippos. Kippos has already done it. Ooh. This is going to be a bottom lane in-play game.
Yeah. As a Zerg player, I actually loved Siege Tanks because they're terrible against Zerglings when you just, because Zerglings are melee units that you don't mind losing.
Mm-hmm.
So you bring your Zerglings in and the tanks shoot them and it's like, great, so you're killing your own guys.
I do not like playing against Zerglings.
I like Zerglings because you're basically pouring a little bit of money into something you don't care about.
Response.
You don't care about losing at all, ever.
Yeah.
Kippos is taking the gold base, and so is MTC.
Love to see it. But I don't see enough army popping out of MTC. These
Yeah. Neither of them are really getting much of an army. Okay, so that's 2 Tempests and a carrier being constructed.
Interesting. Why mix it like that?
Yeah, the thing is that Tempests are good against things that can't fire back. And that's pretty much it.
I mean...
Slight exaggeration. They deal extra damage to massive.
Great.
They've
got to be microed.
Yeah, they're also they're the Protoss Siege unit. They're one of the Protoss Siege units.
Yeah.
So that's a value they have, but they're not great in armies.
I mean, yeah, they are atrocious DPS. So they're cost.
Even though their new upgrade, which MTC is getting, it does make them very good at destroying bases.
Double damage against structures, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting cannon placement in the main, MTC. If you're mining through this, presumably you want to expand down there, and then probably you want the cannons protecting that expansion, I would say.
Yeah. Or you're mining through it so that the Zerg won't surprise you through there. But,
guess?
Yeah.
But then just, put a pylon on there so that you can see.
So Kippos' creep spread lets her see the Zealot that's doing rounds.
I don't think she saw it. I think she's paying too much attention to her macro.
Yeah.
Which is closing in on maxed, so are we going to see a 200 supply army just crashing in?
Yeah, and MTC is facing the problem of too much production for
his
his
economy
mining.
support. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So he's only got the carrier
He's
and
got
2
3
Tempests.
Stargates and 0 building.
Another Tempest started.
I mean, I like having a critical mass of Tempests.
And
like 8
that might
Tempests
work
going
against
marauding
this
around,
army.
it's correct.
That might work against this army because that's only 9
Handful of
Hydralisks.
Yeah.
You can have...
That being said, that's a big enough army that it's just gonna roll through 3 air units and take out a base or 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like her pathing here. Like, if you're looking for,
looking for a base. Oddly enough,
just send 1
missing
unit,
the
then.
really, really obvious third.
Yep. Agreed.
And a mothership on the way. Which would actually be pretty good.
Ooh, that would devastate this.
This is one of those specific incidents where a mothership would be good, but it'll take too long to build. It's not going to come out in time.
Wait, where does it even build from?
It's building from the gold base.
Ah, okay. Really should be chrono boosted. Yeah, this is gonna wreck. Those hydras. Oh, that carrier might go down though.
Carrier's going down.
So close, so close. Ah, so close. All right, now there's no more hydras.
No more hydras,
And...
but Tempests don't do enough DPS.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. More Tempests coming out. Oh yeah, okay. The area is actually... This is the only base that MTC is going to lose here. If the air units come reinforced... Oh no, come on. You have double as many air units. Go... Painful. MTC doesn't even need to lose this Nexus. It is going to... Oh, if that Stargate goes down while building that Tempest, that's going to be a big hit. Also, the cybernetics core going down does suck.
Yeah, but the carrier's out, and a carrier actually does have legitimate DPS.
Unfortunately, the game-winning army is now coming in, as Kippos has seen air, and has popped out Hydras and Corruptors, and that's game.
Yeah, Corruptors eat carriers.
Yes.
And the mothership's gonna come out just in time to die to Corruptors.
Oh, rough. Actually, I think it's gonna be fine. But the, there's... If the mothership is microed, and is not, come on, cloak. Wait, does it cloak still?
No, it cloaks everything around it. It never cloaks.
Yeah. So, sorry, I meant the other units. It just wasn't close enough to the other units.
Yeah.
Like, if that was just microed, I think...
Then it would have still taken fire.
Yeah, but like just going back over walls because they have range.
Yeah.
But I think this is GG. As soon as Kippos decides to remax and send in this army, it's over.
Yeah.
All right, that's just Corruptors, so fair.
Corruptors are the best unit against heavy air.
Yes. God, I hate them when I'm going Terran's air Terran.
Yeah.
Sky Terran, whatever it's called.
Corruptors
they're just so good.
Yeah. That's a dead carrier, dead Tempest. And then they're just going to be doing nothing.
Yep, and that's the game. We have just probes and observers on MTC's side. Yeah.
And the GG.
GG. Fun cast
So
today.
that was that for